It was a Saturday night unlike any other, and the entire nation tuned in for a spectacle that would send shockwaves through every corner of the celebrity world. Meghan Markle, the self-styled Duchess who has never shied away from the limelight, became the target of an unrelenting barrage of satire and scorn from Saturday Night Live's Colin Jost. The night, which was supposed to be another platform for Meghan's carefully crafted narrative, turned into an outright reckoning, exposing cracks in her public persona that could no longer be ignored. The audience watched, spellbound, as Jost, renowned for his biting wit, methodically dismantled the Markle myth, laying bare the contradictions and controversies that have trailed her every move. For years, Meghan Markle positioned herself as a victim of royal oppression and public misunderstanding, skillfully using media appearances and interviews to cast herself in a sympathetic light. However, Jost's merciless monologue on SNL was a wake-up call. He highlighted how Meghan, who claimed to crave privacy, paradoxically courted publicity at every turn. Whether it was through high-profile interviews with Oprah, lucrative Netflix deals, or her relentless PR campaigns, Jost's satire didn't just poke fun. It exposed a glaring hypocrisy. How could someone who so vocally decried the intrusion of the press also masterfully manipulate it to her advantage? The crowd's laughter wasn't just at the expense of a public figure. It was the collective release of frustration at a narrative that had grown increasingly difficult to swallow. The reaction from Meghan was immediate and furious. Sources close to the show reported that she was livid backstage, demanding explanations and threatening repercussions for what she perceived as a character assassination. But this wasn't just about bruised ego, it was about losing control of the narrative. For too long, Meghan had been able to spin every controversy, from her rift with the royal family to her numerous legal battles, as further evidence of her own victimhood. Jost's performance, however, shattered that facade, exposing her as a master manipulator rather than a helpless pawn. Instead of gaining sympathy, Meghan's reaction only reinforced the image of a woman unwilling to accept criticism or accountability, further alienating the very public she so desperately sought to win over. What unfolded that night on SNL was not just comedy, it was a cultural moment of reckoning. The audience, both in the studio and at home, recognized the significance of what was happening. Jost wasn't simply roasting a celebrity, he was articulating a growing public sentiment that Meghan Markle's tactics had crossed a line from self-advocacy to self-aggrandizement. The applause that followed his skit wasn't just laughter at a joke well told, it was a sign that America had grown weary of the endless Markle melodrama. In that instant, the carefully constructed image of a misunderstood royal crumbled, replaced by a far less flattering reality. Meghan Markle, once a symbol of resilience, had finally overplayed her hand, and SNL's unapologetic takedown was the moment the world stopped buying what she was selling.